Hi, Jalen. Thanks much for doing this. Obviously, you know that rookies are in an unprecedented situation this year. Uh, a lot of people say it's going to be hard for rookies to make a contribution. You haven't been on the field in the offense. You can't study any tape of yourself in the offense. How are you trying to mitigate this? How are you getting ready? How difficult a task are you facing?
The best thing, I don't look at it as like something that's difficult. I look at it as a challenge, something that's going to challenge my teammates and the coaching staff and this team as a whole, this organization as a whole. And I feel like just being a part of this organization, I can see that they're taking it on, full head of steam, no excuses, and just putting more work in the meeting room, after practice, before practice, and just putting ourselves in the best position to win.
Okay, go ahead, Bo Wolf, and then Jeff McLean.
Hey, Jalen, I wonder if you could just tell us a little bit about what you were able to learn in the virtual part of the offseason. Some guys are visual learners. Some guys sort of need to see it on the field. How was that for you? And what sense of the offense do you feel like you have at this point?
Well, I feel like I learned a lot. I pride myself on being very, you know, easily adaptable to certain things. So, I just, worked hard, tuned in on the meetings always, stayed focused. And then I feel like it just, now that we're here, it's better because we're hands on. We can see the coaches can actually explain in depth. And then, it's better always just being in person anyway rather than virtual.
Okay, Jeff, and then Dave Zingaro.
Jalen, have you? Am I right that you worked out maybe with Deshaun, and if not, have you spoken to him? And has he given you any advice about what you could do as a rookie, what kind of contributions you could make as a rookie, especially as a speed guy?
Yes, I had talked to him. He called me the day after the draft, and a few days after that, and he just told me to go in with a mission, in my mind, and go in with a chip on my shoulder, and just know I can make a big contribution. It's the reason why this organization drafted me. They believed in me, and he was like, just don't wait at the back. Just go ahead and step in now, and why wait? Just go ahead and take it full head of steam.
Go ahead, Dave, and then Rob Motti.
Hey, Jalen, I saw you got a chance to work out with Carson for a little bit. What was that experience like, and what did you guys accomplish in those couple days?
Um, it was great to finally meet Carson in person, rather than just texting or talking to him. And then we'll come, just going over the playbook, going over the routes, the signals, and just trying to gel, get closer in that short amount of time. And then now it's even better because we're gonna be here. I'll be able to be hands on with him, be able to actually see him, be around him, see his habits, and be a sponge to him.
Go ahead, Rob, and then Ed Kratz.
Jalen, how do you think Marquise opting out is going to impact you? Obviously, he was an important addition to the team, and he's somebody who could have been out there and contributing. How do you think that impacts you? And did you at all have any thoughts about considerations about maybe opting out? And what was that thought process like?
So with Marquise, I feel like every man, has, their own responsibilities and, own preferences to do certain things. And, I wish him the best. Wish him and his family the best. And me personally, no, I didn't have any decisions to opt out.
Go ahead, Ed, and then Paul Domowitch.
Hey, Jalen, you have such a versatile background. As you've been a running back, you've returned kicks. Have you been given any indication as what your role is going to be right out of the gate with this team? I know Doug mentioned in June that you're probably going to learn the X spot behind Deshaun Jackson, but have you been given any indication what your role will be coming out of the gate?
They've just been emphasizing to me to, learn X and Z and just to learn, don't, I like I said, I prided myself on being, adaptive, being adaptable to every situation. And I feel like if I know the whole playbook rather than just X or Z, then it'll make it easier to move me around. So they're emphasizing just to learn and take in everything.
Paul, and then Mike K.
Yeah, Jalen, everybody kind of had to improvise training-wise the last 3-4 months because of the pandemic. Where'd you do most of your training, and what kind of shape are you in right now?
I did most of my training in Waxahachie in my hometown, in my high school with my cousin Gary Mason, and and I did a few things with my uncle David Robinson, D-Rob. He's a receiver trainer. He trains a lot of receivers around the league, and I feel like I'm in good shape now. Playing shape, and I can only get better.
Mike and then Jimmy.
Hey, Jalen, you're coming in with 2 other draft picks. Have you and Hightower and Watkins kind of forged a relationship at all during the virtual program? Do you guys text one another? Have you been studying the playbook together? What's that relationship like?
You would think we've been teammates for years. We are here helping each other. We're studying, the playbook with each other. Even after meetings, we FaceTime. We're going to, different places to do walkthroughs, and we're gelling together fine. Like, I feel like I've known those guys for a minute, and we've all, we're here to help each other, and I want to see those guys succeed.
Jimmy and then Martin.
Hey, Jalen, there's a stat out there that you had more contested catches than any of the receivers taken in the first round and by a pretty wide margin. And then, we watch highlight reels. You can obviously see that you can make spectacular catches, clearly catch the football. So when you see other stats showing like a high drop rate at times, are those concentration drops? And if so, how do you fix that?
I would say, yeah, there were concentration drops, just not being in rhythm. And I mean, the only way you can fix dropping the ball is, catching jugs, getting more reps, and just focusing in on it. I don't make excuses for stuff like that. Like, I mean, whether it was a drop or a concentration drop or whatever, I dropped it. But I just pride myself on going to the next play, going on to the next game, and focusing on being the best player I can be for this team.
Martin and then Nick.
Hey, Jalen. I was wondering, with Marquise opting out and Alshon today going on the the PUP list and everything, do you feel that kind of gives you more of an opportunity in training camp to get, more reps than maybe you would have gotten originally?
That's out of my hands. I don't know. I just look at it as, things happen. People get hurt. Like Marquise, him opting out, like those are things that could happen. So I just look at it as I'm just going to take advantage of every opportunity I get.
Nick and then Tim McManus.
Yeah, hi, Jalen. I want to ask about your father, because he played in the league. Has he been able to kind of help you kind of cut through the muck and everything and focus on what's important to kind of get you ready to play as a rookie? Been able to lean on him at all?
Absolutely. From the start. That's why, when it went from the pre-draft meetings to, the phone interviews and everything, I was prepared for those type of things, the type of questions people may try to throw at you, the way they word it, to try to get you to say certain things, and then just playing football and knowing it's a business. He's prepared me since I was young. So I feel like he's been a great mentor, great father, and he showed me, the ways and gave me tips about the NFL.
Tim and then Daniel Gallen.
Hey, Jalen, what's your impression of Jalen Hurts so far, and what kind of relationship have you guys been able to forge?
Him as well. That's my, that's my bro. Like, I've been talking to Jalen even before we both got drafted here. Like, we've been cool, and now that we're on the same team, we're about 4 lockers away from each other. I love him. That's like, I love him just like my brother. So, I'm just going to, like I said, I want to see those guys succeed. I want to see him succeed. And, I feel like he's a hard-working dude. He plays with the chip on his shoulder. And, I just hope he succeeds, and I want to see him succeed.
Daniel and then Chris Murray.
Hey, Jalen, in the 3 months since the draft, obviously everything's been done virtually, but has anything surprised you about the NFL, or has anything stood out to you that you feel like you'll need to work on or adjust to, through the summer and going into training camp?
I feel like, just adapting in general, like with the time schedule and, just everything. It's different, but at the end of the day, I look at it as like, it's football. So I'm looking at it, I'm taking everything in that I can learn from everybody, but also applying the things that's gotten me here. So, like I said, I'm just walking around being a sponge.
We got time for a couple more, so we'll do Chris, Zach, and Jeff.
Yeah, Jalen, question I have for you. You worked out with Carson Wentz. Was it more playbook specific? Y'all work on certain routes? And how much time do you spend working on your just looking at the routes and looking at and studying the playbook on a regular basis?
Yes, it was about we went over signals, routes, and then now it's just like I said, virtually, it was like, okay, I'm trying to learn every position and everything. And then now it's here is I'm trying to learn every position, but they're telling me, okay, focus in on this position, focus in on this position. And then now it's like, we're having installs every day and practice. So it's like, I feel like it's just a great opportunity. And I look over them a lot because it's like I have to. Because in order to apply it, I'd rather not be out there guessing, but just, relax, playing, and in tune with everybody.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Jeff.
Hey, Jalen, it's been a week since the rookies showed up here. What has the past week been like in terms of your schedule? And have you had a chance to see Philadelphia and see the facility?
I've seen the facility, but not just so much of Philadelphia, just because, the demands of the schedule. But, I mean, that time will come. I have plenty of time to see Philadelphia. And, I plan on being here a long time for the rest of my career. So I have plenty of time to see Philadelphia.
How about the schedule this past week? What's that been?
Just in the morning, waking up, having lifting, workout, of course, and then we'll have lunch, meetings, and then we'll get out of meetings, have about 15 minutes or whatever to ourselves just to, regroup, get ready for practice. Then we go out, practice, get out of practice. Lunch, we have dinner, then meetings again, and then we'll be out of here around 8:30.
Jeff?
Jalen, just hearing you go through your schedule, it sounds obviously like you're really busy, and we all know that the Eagles are doing everything they can in terms of social distancing and et cetera to stop the coronavirus. But how are you handling your time away from the complex in terms of, not coming in contact with other people? How do you think you're going to be able to handle the season of being around people, friends, family, associates, girlfriends, etc.?
Just moving accordingly. Making sure I stay safe and making sure the people I do put myself around that, they're not, harming me or being a harm to me. And it's pretty easy. I'm a home guy anyway. So being in the hotel, it's fine with me. I don't have a problem.
Okay, thanks, Jalen. Thanks, everybody. We will get Jalen Hurts momentarily.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jalen.
Okay, welcome, Jalen. We have the media on here. We'll get started right away with Les and then Bo.
Hey, Jalen, thanks a lot. You're trying to do this as a rookie quarterback in a very tough situation. You haven't been on the field with the offense, with the veterans. How much harder do you think this is than it would normally be? And can you be ready if you end up, can you compete for the backup role this year? What do you see happening?
I think the biggest thing throughout all of this and just getting here, hearing the mentality of the coaches and hearing the mentality of the people in this building and in this organization, seeing the approach that they want to have and we want to have as a team. And right now, Coach Ted has been harping it. I've been harping it as well, just improving every day. And that's our main focus right now, is to improve every day and take steps and, be ready to help this team in any way we can. So it's all about improving, taking steps every day. Nobody knows what'll happen tomorrow, next week, whenever, but taking advantage of the next opportunity and just trying to grow is what it's all about.
Go ahead, Bo, and then Rob Motti.
Hey, Jalen, is your expectation that you will have a role in the offense even if you are not the starting quarterback?
I don't look into the expectations. I don't worry about those things. I'm worried about just getting better as a quarterback every day. That's just what I'm worried about.
Thank you.
Jalen, how comfortable would you be doing other things besides the quarterback position? Obviously, you were drafted as a quarterback. That's what the expectation is. But how open would you be and how willing would you be and how comfortable would you be if you were asked to do different things in the offense, whether it's a package of plays or playing different style, different positions, wildcat, or whatever it may be?
I don't want to get into the semantics of, those things. I'm just worried about improving. I've said it 3 times, and I don't, want to come off across anyway. I'm just trying to improve every day. I'm trying to be the best quarterback I can be every day for this team.
Go ahead, Nick, and then Chris Murray.
My question was just taken by Rob. I want to ask, but maybe following up more specifically, what can you do besides playing quarterback? I mean, what positions can you play, or are you prepared to play for them?
Well, I've played quarterback my whole entire life, and I'm here just trying to grow at that position, trying to take steps and be the best quarterback I can be for this team.
Okay, Chris, and then Paul Domowitch.
Hey, Jalen, how you doing? Look, my question is, I understand you worked out with quarterback guru Quincy Avery, and I was wondering how much time have you spent, before training camp, getting yourself ready, studying the playbook and all that?
I think anybody who wants to achieve something and has goals and just wants to be the best they can be, you got to put that work in, and that's one thing I've tried to do this off season, and any way I could, given the circumstances we're in, take steps every day. And that's always been my motto since high school, since college. It's just to grow, improve. And we're here now. We're kind of getting active and getting acclimated to everything that's going on. So the same thing applies. Same thing applies. It's all about taking those steps.
Okay, go ahead, Paul, and then Mike K.
Yeah, Jalen, dozens of players around the league, including one of your teammates, Marquise Goodwin, have chosen to opt out and sit out the season because of the pandemic. Was that something you ever thought about, and what's your reaction to so many players doing it?
Yeah, I'm not going to speak for Marquise, and I've briefly chatted with him throughout this time, and I'm fully in support of what he feels is best for his family. I know he's had some things and some things he's had to overcome, and I know he cherishes his relationship with his wife and with his daughter. So I can only support anything and everything, and that's what I would do.
Go ahead,
Jalen,
Mike, and then Tim McManus.
Jalen, Doug Peterson said following the virtual offseason program that press put you in situations where you would do a virtual huddle and you would call plays and stuff like that. What did that entail from a virtual standpoint? How did you communicate with your teammates, and how did you simulate it?
Yeah, we're we be put in different situations just to kind of give us the best feel for what's going on. And obviously in college you see all the signals, and you get signals and you have different things going on, and that changes obviously in the NFL. So just getting more acclimated to that, learning everything, getting a better feel for everything that's going on, and just going out there and being confident and playing ball, and executing whatever it is the coaches are asking us to do. So it comes with time, but then again, it's about taking those steps and just improving at whatever it is.
Tim, and then Martin.
Hey, Jalen, what are your impressions of the Eagles scheme, and maybe how it compares and contrasts to what you ran in college?
They've had a lot of success, over the years and doing what they've done, and I think it compares well to, some of the things that I've done in college, Alabama and Oklahoma. So, for me, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can, soak it all in. I know I have a great quarterback room. I have great coaches, and I'm excited to be with them, learn from them, and grow.
We've got time for a couple more, so we'll do Martin, Howard, and then Dave.
Hey, Jalen. I know you probably haven't had a chance to work with Carson on the field as of yet, but I was wondering, like in the meetings, that you guys were in, what kind of impressions do you have of him? And also you did get to work with Deshaun on the field. What your impressions of him were as well? Thanks.
Yeah, during the off season, it was great to sit in a meeting and just hear him talk. See how he sees the game. Just hear him talk. He's very knowledgeable of what he's doing on offense, and I just want to continue to learn and listen to those things and just soak it all in. And I know you're referring to Deshaun Watson.
No, I thought didn't you work with Deshaun Jackson?
Oh, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. Oh, I worked out with Deshaun Watson too. I'm sorry.
Okay. No
Yeah. Well, working out with Deshaun Watson in Houston, but with Deshaun, he has a lot of speed. I mean, he's a veteran player. He's as fast as it gets, if not the fastest. A smooth route runner with soft hands, and for me going out there to Tampa, him letting me come out there, it was great to be with him. Learn him. As a man, as a person, talk to him and build somewhat of a relationship and just get some work in. Get some work in. He's very knowledgeable of everything himself, and for me to be around that was very helpful. Coming up into the situation we're in now and what we're doing now.
Jalen Howard and then Dave.
Jalen, following up on the last question about Carson Wentz, what advice has he given you? Obviously, a rookie coming in the league, he faced a lot of talk about him. What is the advice he's given you, and maybe tips that he's given you as you move forward with this team?
I think it's been kind of it's been a weird deal. So it hasn't really been any this whole off season has been unprecedented, and not being in the building, and not experiencing things that I would have experienced in a traditional off season or OTA or that type of deal. So there hasn't really been much of that communication.
So you haven't talked to him much since you've been drafted. Then it sounds like.
No, I've communicated. I mean, we've talked, we've texted, we've communicated, but it's just filling each other out and building that relationship. It's when we both get in the building, it'll be even better. For me to get reps with him and watch him and do those things. So I'm excited for when that time comes.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to follow up on that a little bit, Jalen. There's some veterans in the league they kind of guard the secrets, and then there are some guys who are really open about helping younger players. Do you get a sense from Carson if he's going to really be able to help you early in your career?
Yeah, I think it's a great room full of guys, and I think we're there to compete and help each other, help this team.